right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the vodcast. Today we've got Ben and Jack here from the students, the house captains of Progress and Union. And here we have Mr. Meagle, who is the captain of the staff netball team. Player. So this podcast is a bit of an introduction, bit of a heads up for the staff versus student match, which is Friday lesson 6. On Friday, we will also be playing the grand finals for the flat netball championships. So far, we have got in the senior school final, we've got Union, and at the time of filming, we're not 100% sure who they're playing yet. It's the winner out of Co-op and Loyalty, so we'll see how that goes. And in the middle school, both Union and Progress have clinched their grand final spots. So make sure you go watch them at lunchtime Wednesday, is that right?
That's very true.
Lunchtime Wednesday to see who the winners of those ones are. But the thing we're all here to watch is the talk about the staff versus student match. So, Mr. Meagle, I've heard there's been some changes to your team. Can you talk to us a bit about what your lineup's looking like this year?
Unfortunately, we've had some late outs just in the last, it's from this morning. Mr. Pecan is not going to get up. He's got a bit of a finger injury and has ruled himself out of the game, along with best on ground last year, Cash Ratchin, who's also out with a back complaint, which leaves a big gaping hole in the front third of our court, but confident we'll be able to fill those gaps. Obviously, we've known for a while, but we've lost the heart and soul of the team. Jesse Linton is not going to be there this year, so he'll also be hard to replace, but we're confident. In the lineup, obviously, the other news, Mr. Eckerman's left us high and dry, gone away to sunnier pastures, but we're very happy with the replacement for this year, which is Kate Vanderboom, who's going to do a magnificent job in coach. But some new blood this year in the team. Mr. Moore, Mr. Wegner, Mrs. Grant will come in, who didn't play last year, as well as Mr. Croxford. And there'll still be some of the winning players from last year, including myself, Mr. Penno, Mrs. Manning, Miss McArdle, and Mrs. Bolt.
Perfect. So Mrs. Bolt isn't in?
She's a confirmed in, so she'll be bossing the midfield like she has done all across her career, and we're confident that no one will be able to go near her. So,
yeah, brilliant. Have you talked much about positioning? Because I know you were in the defensive half last year. Will there be any moves or anything different?
So we'll probably have the key pillars down back, myself and Mr. Moore, combined 18 foot. Not going to be too many goals scored across there. And I kept you to not many goals last year, and you've been dropped for the game this year. So obviously they weren't happy with your performance. So I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do that, whoever I'm matched up on this year again.
I think we've got, my replacements. I heard some state league netballers are in the team this year. Do you boys want to talk to us a bit about your team?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty confident. We got a few state league netballers. We got a high quality team, and we've also got some other netballers. And I think our boys are pretty handy too, pretty athletic boys. But I think the only thing we do is we just lack a bit of height. But I reckon we'll make up that with our ground speed and good usage of the ball.
Yeah. Ben, your thoughts?
Yeah, we were looking to wipe the floor of the teachers in the staff versus students relay on sports day, but due to circumstances that didn't happen. So we're looking for vengeance.
Yeah.
And they've got some big outs, which is just news to our ears.
Yeah. So like Jack mentioned, height is a big issue. Have you thought of any ways you're going to combat that?
We could get tricky and chuck one of our players on the shoulders at a bit of height. See if we can get to Mr. Meagle's level, but I don't know. I reckon our athletic ability, jumping, we might be alright.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game. I know last year was a good game, but we did see the teachers come out on top.
I think it was 3. We did watch the footage again a couple weeks ago just to get the competitive juices rolling, just to see where we went well last year, and we're confident that we'll keep that form from last year into this year and go 2 from 2.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we're going to move into what you guys think the tips are. What are your tips? What are your margin? Who do you think is going to win and by how much, Mr. Meagle?
Well, to be honest, after the information this morning of Mr. Pecan and Mrs. Ratchin going out, I'm actually thinking we're going in as the underdogs. So I think that the students have got all the weight on their shoulders and the expectation for them to win. So if we win, it's going to be a great effort. So, even having said that, though, I'm still going to tip us. I still think with the players we've got, with Mrs. Vanderboom cheering us on from the sides and firing us up, I'm going to tip us in another close one, probably by about 2 goals.
Getting some excuses in there early, Mr. Meagle.
No, I'm just saying that you guys have been talking yourselves up from last year and said this is the year of the students and state league players. Got a bit of hype in there with Phoebe. I just think you guys are the favourites, and it'd probably be disappointing if you didn't get across the line from your perspective.
So is that confirmed that the teachers captain believes they're underdogs?
Again, I'm not the captain of the teachers team, or I'm just one of the players.
Just player.
And I think we are. Like, if you walked around the schoolyard and you'd ask the people out there, they'd say we're the underdogs as well. So.
Oh, well, coming in as the favourites, guys, how are you guys feeling?
Listen, it's not a position we've been in before, but our team coming forward this week is looking immaculate. So I can't see the teachers coming through strong in the second half. It's going to be close to half time, but they're going to run out of puff.
I reckon we're going to come through and win by 5. I reckon I'm putting it out there.
5, so we've got a number.
Yep.
Mr. Meagle, do you have a number?
Well, I said ask by 2. I think I'll be surprised if Seko lasted 4 quarters. I mean, he did cop a 1-week suspension from the flat netball competition for some rough play, so we'll see if he can play by the rules this time and stay on the court for the full 4.
Just hard at it, mate.
Just hard at it. There you go, boys. So, next thing, we all love a big game player. The players that can stand up in the big games. And last year that was Mrs. Rathjen. And like you've said, huge news. Mrs. Rathjen's out. Who's your tip this year for the best on-ground medal from each team? Who do you think the best player from each team is going to be, Mr. Meagle?
Great question. I think on the student team, the person we're probably most worried about is Phoebe Wegner, just how to combat the height. Her and so she'll be one to watch definitely. And from our team, haven't known Mr. Moore for too long. There hasn't been anything that I have been able to find that he can't do yet.
Yeah,
so I'm expecting big things on debut for Mr. Moore. I think he'll be a big defensive pillar down there next to myself, and he'll be best on court for us.
All right. That's hot off the press. What do you guys think?
Listen, I can't see anyone but Seko wiping the floor tomorrow, running up and down the court. He's got the passion, he's got the heart, he's got the hunger to win. Seko all the way.
I was putting maybe one of our state league girls, maybe Meg or even Keely,
Yeah.
son of last year's best year's last on.
Yes, exactly.
Looking
It's in her
good.
blood.
Yeah, but I reckon, I don't know, I'm throwing out a wild card. I reckon Mr. Croxwood's going to come through, the teachers. He knows his angles, he knows how to shoot, but I reckon he might come through.
That's exactly right. So, couple debuts there.
Yeah.
Couple new fellas. How do you reckon they're going to go? Are they nervous? There's been much
there's-
talk?
There's been a few jitters around the staff room this week. There's been just asking, where am I going to be playing? How serious is it? And we've been drumming in the seriousness of the game. So I'm sure they'll be waking up Friday morning and be a little bit nervous, and they'll come to school. And but once they get on court, those nerves will soon be lost when we get in the lead and winning at the end. It'd be nice to hold that trophy back up.
All right, brilliant. Well, the stage is set for a huge game. We look forward to seeing all the students there. And we also look forward to hearing the commentary from Mr. Bewley and Max Worthley again. Or Mr. Worthley now. But last year they were brilliant. This year, I have no doubt they'll be brilliant again. So make sure you check out the live stream. And you can rewatch the game. You can watch all your highlights, Mr. Meagle. And Seko can watch himself running up and down the court. But no, it should be good. Should be a fantastic game. Played in good spirit, I hope. Keep the trash talk to a minimum.
Talking about good spirit, has Miss Bolt qualified? Is there a rule book behind this? Can we get that checked?
She is definitely still a staff member. She's on the payroll, so I think that's all that she qualifies definitely.
Does she have to be on ground? Is she on the team sheet though? She's been on the team sheet the past few months. Can we get that checked?
Yeah, so
We'll make sure we have all papers there on the day, mate.
I think no, that's good.
You just worry about your 8. We'll worry about our team as well.
Right, nothing but confidence on this end, Mr. Meagle. Nothing to worry about.
brilliant. Well, thank you all for tuning in. It's going to be a big game. The tips are in. We know who the underdog is now. Apparently, we know who the favourites are. So we'll see if
Self-appointed, might add.
Self-appointed. Self-appointed. We will see which way the cookie crumbles in the game on Friday. So thanks for listening, and that's all from us.